But wonderful remarks, Representative. Thank you for that. I'll be very brief because now we have to vote on this too. I want to say thank you to the public that came to testify. It was so powerful, and the word that I kept hearing over and over again was affordability, affordability, affordability. So there is alignment on that, right? That we all understand that the cost of living in our state has gone up so dramatically and wages have stayed stagnant. And so the pressure that our everyday constituents are facing is very real. But what we're not able to get an answer on, we're not able to really prove is this actually going to make life more affordable for people? Because obviously in a very black and white lens, eliminate property taxes, I save money, right? It feels very black and white. But there are so many services that everyday people rely on, especially a lot of our working families, and some folks already spoke to it, public libraries, Meals on Wheels, of course, even just flood mitigation, right? If you can prevent flooding, then that homeowner doesn't have to file an insurance claim. And so everything is intersectional. Everything is we're all together in this, right? When we live in a neighborhood, we're not living in an isolated environment. Like, what impacts my neighbor also impacts me, and that's why we all contribute to our local government, we all contribute to our state, because we see the benefit of that. And I do worry that when you pull back the main revenue source for hundreds of municipalities, that the first programs that go are the programs that are some of the most, we would assume to be essential, but candidly, in the context of public safety, for example, government officials might not see it as essential when it comes to a tight budget. That includes our libraries, that includes animal shelters. I mean, that includes so many essential, again, I see as essential services, but candidly, not every local government in the country provides these services. Not every local government around the world provides these services. But I don't want to see an ecosystem where in order to go to the park or to walk your dog to a park or to take the splash pad, then now families have to pay a fee to get in. You know, I grew up in a working class family. I could never afford to go to the theme parks. My dad worked at Disney part-time. That's how we were able to get those comp tickets. So my experience as a kid in going out was to the public park, was to the public beach, going to Lori Wilson Park over your neck of the woods. You know, those were my experiences as a kid benefiting from these county services. And so I want to make sure the next generation of children can still have those same experiences, regardless of how much money their families have and don't have. And I do want to acknowledge that the barrier to home ownership really is that down payment. And of course, there are inequities in our tax structure. I mean, we talked about many of them already, from a regressive nature to new homeowners having to pay substantially more than established homeowners. So I would want to see a scalpel approach, just not the sledgehammer. And so with that, I thank everyone for being here and for the great commentary. Thank you, Chair.